Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
And we begin tonight with the weather. A gray, soggy evening as the sun sets, though we did not see much of it today.
Yeah. Changes around the corner, though, for the weekend. We will see the sun, right, Adam?
Yeah, a lot of sunshine this weekend, and actually you will. This weather today will help you appreciate the weekend weather a little bit more. I mean, it's good to have the dampness. We need the moisture. We need the rain. Unfortunately, it just didn't add up to a whole lot. The potential just wasn't even there for a whole lot. Heavier rain farther south of San Antonio in Karnes County, just east of Kennedy, stretching south to Beeville. A little broken line of heavy rain is pushing eastward. And it wouldn't surprise me if this moves into DeWitt County and we see more development stretching all the way up to Gonzales and then thereafter Moulton, Shiner, Hallettsville as well. That's what we're watching in that area. Here in San Antonio, still some very light activity. It's not as persistent, but we have these very light pockets of rain indicated by the bright green on the screen, especially on the east side of San Antonio. I'm going to stop this right here. Windcrest to Kirby, all the way down to the I-10, 410 interchange there, I-10, 1604, near Randolph Air Force Base, and up I-35, still some of that sloppy dampness that we have going on out there. Coming up in a little bit, we'll take a closer look at how much rain we've seen and where, but right now I do want to focus on a few areas of moderate rain between Zool, New Berlin, and Seguin. And these yellow moderate showers are all pushing towards Seguin, especially just south of town along 123 there, south of Seguin. Also coming up in a few minutes, we're going to look at how the winds shifted this weekend and what I think is going to happen with Mountain Cedar. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. I want to show you a traffic trouble spot right now. This is Loop 410 at Blanco. We showed it to you at 5. Not a lot has changed. I think it's just the mixture of a Friday night, the start of a weekend before Christmas. You've got some rain out there. A lot of people trying to get some things done or get out of town. Again, Loop 410 at Blanco. You can see it is very heavy traffic out there. And they're also saying people be careful when you go around downtown because of people out looking at holiday lights and construction downtown. 3 San Antonio police officers will be in court next month for the shooting death of Melissa Perez. Police say she was having a mental health crisis in her apartment back in June. They say officers shot her while she was holding a hammer.
Attorneys who have prosecuted and defended officers accused of a crime tell our Daniela Ibarra it's a challenge.
Both the prosecutor and defense attorneys say it's tough to get jurors to look beyond the badge. These 3 San Antonio police officers are facing serious charges in connection to the June 2023 murder of Melissa Perez. Officer Eliezer Alejandro and Sergeant Alfred Flores each face a murder charge. Officer Nathaniel Villalobos is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon by a public servant. A district attorney who's tried a similar high-profile case involving police says these types of cases are tough to try.
Well, it's extremely difficult simply because I think most people, rightly so, want to have confidence in their local law enforcement to protect them. I mean, and I agree with that.
It's pretty rare for law enforcement officers to get charged with murder in Bexar County. One of the most recent cases we found happened in 2016. That officer, Anthony Thomas, was off duty at the time of the incident. The jury cleared him of that crime. Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
And tonight we have a statement from the attorney representing Alfred Flores, one of the officers indicted, and a new statement as well from the family of Melissa Perez, their attorney. The attorney for Flores says in part, quote, "It is unfortunate that politics and a rush to judgment mentality by local authorities is already in play," end quote. As for Melissa Perez's family, their attorney applauding the indictments, saying the family hopes this process can, quote, "create the positive changes necessary to make sure Melissa Perez is the last person wrongfully killed by the police," end quote.
On a 1 to 10, right, if 1 is sober and 10 is a drunk servant, what do you feel like you're at right now?
Maybe a 5.
A 5? Okay.
Or less than that.
That is star UTSA wide receiver Joshua Cephas being questioned by police after rolling his vehicle into a ditch last December. The Bexar County District Attorney's Office this month released footage of his arrest and blood alcohol analysis paperwork after Cephas pleaded no contest to DWI. That paperwork shows Cephas had a blood alcohol level of 0.183, more than twice the legal limit to drive, after that early morning crash near campus. The senior avoided jail time in this case in exchange for serving 15 months probation. Cephas finishes his college career December 19th when UTSA plays Marshall in the Frisco Bowl.
San Antonio police are looking for two men suspected of shooting someone at an apartment complex. This happened around 9:15 last night on Austin Highway near Rittiman Road. Officers say the shooting happened inside one of the apartments there. According to police, two men were seen running out of the unit where the man was shot. At last check, that victim was in critical condition.
The San Antonio Fire Department believes an early morning fire at a vacant building started by someone. The fire happened around 5 this morning on South Presa near Steve's. Fire crews were able to put out the flames quickly. As firefighters searched the former business, they found signs of someone who was living inside. A battalion chief tells us that no one was hurt, but these types of fires put firefighters at unnecessary risk.
Another capital murder case today ended in a plea agreement on a lesser charge. James Miller and Jalen Deers were charged with the murders of 20-year-old Robert Smith and 14-year-old Bobby Lee Carter Jr. in 2020. Erica Hernandez with what the prosecution says was the reason for those plea deals.
This Sunday would be the third anniversary of the murders of Robert Smith and Bobby Lee Carter Jr. On December 17, 2020, the two men were gunned down during an apparent drug deal in the 7300 block of Rubens Drive. Several days later, Jalen Deers was arrested, and weeks later, James Alexander Miller was arrested.
This is James Alexander Miller.
In court today, Miller and Deers were given the same 22-year plea deal on the lesser charge of aggravated robbery. The state telling the judge all involved in the incidents were armed and that even the scene was tampered with.
Everyone was armed at the scene, young men, and while on its face it looks like when the police arrived that because two deceased in the same transaction it could be a capital murder, but in subsequent investigations determined that the scene had been manipulated by some people present.
Meanwhile, the families of the victims in tears, and a letter from Bobby Lee Carter Jr.'s mom was read after sentencing by the victim advocate.
Only son was taken from me. I wouldn't wish that on any mother. 3 years ago, you changed all of our lives, and for what? Exactly.
Both men will now be transferred to a Texas prison where they will serve their sentence term, and they are eligible after serving half. At the Cadena Reef Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
The city of San Antonio says it's not a shelter or a secret. But how open have they really been about the so-called Airport Transit Center? It's a city-owned building that has apparently been used for the past 8 months as a waiting area of sorts for migrants waiting for their flights out of San Antonio. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger digs into how transparent the city has or hasn't been about the ATC.
Besides some traffic cones and porta potties, there's nothing indicating that this nondescript building at the edge of the airport is a waiting area for migrants with plane tickets. The city manager told us earlier this week they started operating it in mid-May, so there wouldn't be hundreds of people sleeping in the terminals.
Frankly, we had no other room in the terminal. It has not been a secret. I've heard it referred to as us hiding migrants, which is completely ridiculous. All we're doing is facilitating the onward travel.
But until a news story about the Airport Transit Center last week, the city seems to have been largely or even totally silent about it. But Walsh says council members did know. A few of them didn't remember being told for sure it was happening. As for whether the city should have been more open with the public at large,
well, I think it was apparent what we were trying to do.
Walsh told us Tuesday that city staff had found media statements from May, though he didn't know to which outlet exactly. We asked for copies of those on Tuesday and today. The city still has not produced them.
We went looking ourselves through local news stories, and not just ours, trying to find any mention between May and last week when the story broke of this facility behind me. So far, I haven't found any.
Nor was it the apparent subject of any of the 261 city and city council news releases issued since May. The only possibility we found was a statement that two KSAT reporters received on May 11th, around the time Title 42 was ending. It mentioned contingency plans being developed, but didn't say what they were. And the city promised to share details if it was implemented. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
A local nonprofit was hit by more than just a Grinch this month, but Christmas came just the same. Blessed Angels held a toy giveaway event this morning to help families put presents under the tree this year. Vandals targeted the nonprofit a few weeks ago by breaking into their vehicles and damaging them. They were still able to provide gifts to families in need, though, when the community stepped up to help.
it just warms my heart to be able to help them and help make a difference so that every child has something to open up on Christmas morning.
About 1,500 kids will be getting presents this year, thanks to Blessed Angels.
Still ahead on the news at 6, our next edition of Know My Neighborhood coming up Monday. After the break, a sneak peek at what you can expect when we take you to the historic neighborhood of Dignowity Hill.
This SA Salutes holiday greeting is brought to you by Rodriguez Trial Law.
Hi, I'm Fidel Rodriguez Jr. with Rodriguez Trial Law. We'd like to wish all of our military family members a safe, healthy, and blessed Christmas season.
I'm Stefania Jimenez here in the newsroom. Here's what we're working on for you tonight on the Night Beat. She's a handicapped veteran who feels disservice after her car was towed away right from her front door. Tonight on the Night Beat, we're asking, did the towing company go too far? Plus,
remembering those forgotten heroes, because not enough people know about this cemetery, and we are working to do that. And our ceremony on the 16th.
that's Texas's oldest military cemetery, and a local nonprofit is making sure that those veterans who can no longer give are being remembered this holiday season. We're going to discuss how you can help tonight on the Night Beat. We'll see you for those stories and a lot more then.
Thank you, Stephanie. Happening on Monday, some people call it Diggy. It's our next installment of Know My Neighborhood.
This time we are taking you to the east side and the historic neighborhood of Dignowity Hill.
It's situated on a hill overlooking the downtown center of the city.
One time you couldn't give away the east side. Man, it's like, I can't wait till I get my hands on it, you know.
Do I want to walk outside of my house and 2 blocks later I'm at the best coffee shop in the city? Yes, but at what expense?
What I've seen was the people change. More people with money came in.
Fast food, they're everywhere. But if you want to eat anything even remotely healthy, it's not in your neighborhood at all.
Just because it's been going on for a long time doesn't mean that, you know, it should be going on.
That's where the need is. The shelter shouldn't be far away. The shelter should be accessible.
I think we need to quit trying to get rid of them and start helping them.
We want to be a part of Dignowity as well. So I think that's what makes us really, really close.
You can catch Know My Neighborhood Dignowity Hill this Monday right here on the News at 6. You can also watch it on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, or any way that you stream us.
Yeah, we hope you join us. We are going to be live from the Carver Theater, 6 p.m. Yeah. Know My Neighborhood on Monday. And yes, they do actually call it, some people do call it Diggy Hill.
Adam Cassidy will be out there as well with us.
Yeah. I'll be there. Live weather will be beautiful weather, actually. It'll be nice and nice and December-like out there. It'll be great. Not too warm, not too cold either. And actually, speaking of cold, no real signs of cold air within sight. And I think as we even get into Christmas will be a little above average temperature-wise, a little warmer than average. You look at the radar right now. Authority radar has scattered rain throughout Guadalupe County, moving right into Seguin. You've got a quick shower that's moving into town right now. This is along and south of I-10. Nice little moderate shower on the south side of Seguin. Everybody else just getting clipped by the light rain. Of course, this is enough to cause wet roadways along I-10 and surrounding areas. You go farther south down 123, Seguin to Stockdale, and it's steady rainfall there. This is good to see. We need the rain. It's just kind of a drop in the bucket compared to what we really could use to get us out of the drought. And then the heavy rain near Runge, this is an east of Kennedy. This is pushing eastward. The northern extent of that broken line is starting to fall apart, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a little bit of redevelopment as it heads into DeWitt County. Locally, just the very light nuisance moisture left over. We'll take every drop we could get. It's not adding up to much. This is especially on the far northeast side, Live Oak to Selma to Schertz, Converse area, Randolph Air Force Base, and even a little bit still on the far west side of town, or just on the west side here near Lackland. One little sprinkle that's moving through right now. So that's all we have to speak of at the moment. I still think we have another hour or so of some of this in and around San Antonio, and then it wraps up and it comes to an end. A quick look at Authority Radar's 24-hour rainfall estimates. Now, you see the main swath southwest to northeast for about 3/4 of Bexar County here, with some of the heaviest pockets and most fortunate neighborhoods right up here from extreme northern Bexar County into Comal County. And check this out, Timberwood Park, north side of Timberwood Park, 0.6. You get near Smithson Valley and near the high school, we're talking 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain in those areas. So it's good to see some of those pockets of enhanced rainfall, but not everybody saw that much, and not everybody really saw a lot of rain. Here's our future cast, and as we go forward in time, by 11, 12 o'clock, that's all east of us and all out of here, and then our sky clears out with that clearing line. I think moving through by midnight, we'll have that clearing line. Here's the big picture. Big swirl near Wichita, Kansas. That's the center of the upper level support with this, and the upper level low pressure system. Big line of showers along the cold front that's moving in. And yes, we do have a cold front moving in. It's just not going to change temperatures very much, so I'm not focusing on the actual front. This is going to move eastward, team up with some energy from the Gulf, and become a big rainmaker along the East Coast, starting this weekend, lasting through Tuesday, drawing in some colder air as well. For us, we're looking pretty dry from later tonight all the way until this time next week, when we watch this next system, upper level system, come in from the Pacific and start throwing some moisture and energy our way, getting into that dirty flow by this time next week, helping to reignite our rain chances. You look at the rainfall potential over the next 9 days. This is a stretch. It's pretty far out, but it does actually reintroduce some of that rain into parts of Texas and potentially even our neck of the woods. Right now, 20% chance by next Thursday, 30% chance by next Friday. Still damp, drizzly, and sprinkly out there. See the droplets on the lens, the wet roads. 0.17 officially at the airport. As we go through the evening, gradual clearing. Again, another hour or two of the dampness in San Antonio. Then it's all east of town. Sky clears out by midnight. Clear all weekend. 46 in the morning tomorrow, 65 in the afternoon, and breezy, a north wind at 10 to 20. Sunday, a bit of a chill in the morning at 39, and then near 70. So pleasant afternoons, especially this weekend. But you will notice that wind tomorrow. First thing in the morning, gusting up to 30 miles per hour, tapering off later on in the afternoon. And keep in mind, that's going to be a north wind tomorrow. So what do we call that? The cedar breeze. Sorry, but that's what it is. So I do anticipate the mountain cedar count to get higher tomorrow and even on into Sunday as a result of that north wind. Very quiet and comfortable temperatures through next week. Comfortably cool mornings, afternoons near 70, then that shot at rain by the end of next week. By the way, the latest drought monitor, and I'm going to put the radar on top of it to see where we got the good rain at 6:45.
Ooh, I always like that. Thank you, Adam.
All right, so I had friends that went to see the Lakers-Spurs game on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Very disappointed
that
LeBron didn't play. They said they'll probably play on Friday. And they were right.
That's the case. Yep. LeBron James is in tonight. He wasn't on Wednesday, and now there's no AD, so they just kind of switch places. That game getting underway any moment now. It's a big day for the Smithson Valley football team, chasing a program first state championship in Arlington. More on who they face coming up. And the Spurs hope they can turn the tide against LeBron James and the LA Lakers in tonight's rematch.
Don't hope the kids to actually be in center, but at least they can have, a little bit of fun, and I'm having some fun too.
Doors open. Hey guys. Hello. How you guys doing? Merry Christmas. You coming?
Yeah. Ho ho ho.
Victor Wembanyama taking the reins on another Spurs annual tradition. First HEB commercials, now the Elf Louise Christmas Project. It's time for Big Board Sports. Smithson Valley's winning season all comes down to tonight's Class 5A D1 state championship game against juggernaut Aledo. Smithson Valley is one win away from a program first state title, and just getting to the big stage at AT&T Stadium means little to nothing because they want to bring it all home. But the Rangers will have to overcome Aledo and their 11 all-time state titles.
They are who they are. You know, this is the fourth time I've been able to coach a team in the last game, and I've yet to find one of those opportunities where the team isn't really good that you're playing. There's a reason they're there, and they're just so good at everything that they do. It's hard to say, well, their defense or their offense or a kicking game. I mean, they've got a proud tradition of won numerous state championships, have excellent players, well thought out plan, and are well coached. Just what you would expect to play in the last game.
The action goes down at 7 o'clock. You can watch or stream on Valley Sports, and we'll have the highlights tonight on the Night Beat. We are nearing game time between the San Antonio Spurs and Los Angeles Lakers. The big news before tip-off, LeBron James will play. Anthony Davis, Cam Reddish, and D'Angelo Russell are out for the Lakers. Rookie Victor Wembanyama met AD 2 nights ago, and tonight the alien will meet the king. It'll be another entertaining game, but the Spurs are certainly more desperate for a win. Coming into the night, San Antonio and Detroit are both inching closer to the NBA record loss streak of 28 set by the Philadelphia 76ers between 2 seasons and 26 in a single season. We'll see if the streak can end tonight. It's a 6:30 tip-off any moment now, nationally televised on ESPN. We'll have a full recap of the action tonight on the Night Beat. Well, 2 local college athletes are making a difference for the diabetes community. UTSA soccer player Marley Frey and Texas State wide receiver Bo Corrales have both signed name, image, and likeness deals with Dexcom, a glucose monitoring device company that helps them track their glucose levels throughout the day, which for both of them has been a game changer.
Getting the G6 changed my life, and it was eye-opening and a confidence boost to be able to kind of have everything right there in front of me on my phone whenever I was practicing and stuff, and not having a finger prick.
It was something that was so freeing for me, and I could do more without just like stopping and wait. Like all my friends are out, and I could just have to pull out my meter and do everything. Like it was so easy. I can look at my phone or the receiver, or even on my watch now it has it.
Sports reporter Nick Mantis will have the full story of how Bo and Marley are giving back to the diabetes community on instant replay this Sunday night at 11 p.m. So make sure you don't miss that one.
Very interesting how diabetes didn't take them out of the game.
Yeah, they overcame, and now look at them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mary.
Coming up next, Puro Picks for the weekend. We'll be right back.